Hi guys, I have never done a video like this before, so we're gonna see how it goes. I've already got all of the colors and the glitter picked out that I want to use for this one. This one is supposed to be like a mix of lavender and purple with gold glitter in the center. And I'll mix the paint and then mix the resin, and I will come back when I'm finished with that because that will take quite a while. But here are the colors I'm going to use. This is Amethyst Folk Art Metallic, Color Shift by Folk Art, and it is Purple Flash. Just cheap Apple Barrel Petunia Purple, and Apple Barrel Lavender Sachet. And then I've just got these glitters that I'm going to add to the paint. And then these right here are going to be the glitter for the center. And I put them all in these little cups with my stir sticks. But I'm going to pause the video and do that, and then I'll show you the cups when I get done mixing everything. Okay, I'm back and I have all the colors mixed. I don't know if you can really see that very good, but you can't really see the glitter when you have it mixed in the paint, but once it's mixed with the resin, it is super shiny and pretty. And that's the glitter for the center, and this is just for my clear resin. Okay, so I'm going to mix my resin in these, and I will pause it while I do that because I have to stir it for 5 minutes, and I doubt anybody wants to watch me stir for 5 minutes, so I will be back again. Okay, I have got my resin mixed here, and now I'm going to put it in with the colors and mix the colors. Usually fill it to the top line of these little plastic cups. Just stir it until there isn't really any swirls of paint that you can see, other than the few that are on the edge that I can't really get. And make sure I get all the paint out of the crease in the bottom and off of the bottom. And you can't mix it too awfully long because the more you mix it, the hotter it gets. And the hotter it gets, the quicker it will cure, and I won't be able to pour it. So this stuff has like a working time of 45 minutes. So once I mix it, I should have 45 minutes to pour it before it starts thickening up and gets to the point where it's chunky and isn't going to work anymore. But it's already just me stirring it here. I can feel it getting warmer in my hand. So I try to do this fairly quickly without making a mess. And you're supposed to wear gloves, but gloves are kind of hard to come across right now, so I just try to be careful. And I really shouldn't be mixing over my molds, but I guess you can see me over here, so I'll do it over here. And I moved the camera down before I paused it this last time because it was kind of far away. I didn't know if it was going to be able to be seen that great from that angle. I don't need very much of this color because this will be the last one before I do the center glitter. But I always make way too much, so I have a circle mold over here that I just put the extras in and just make fun little round coasters with. And I have those for sale in my shop as well. But I try not to charge very much for those because they're just kind of extras. And the glitter one, I wouldn't need much resin for it, but I use that for the little Iowa keychain mold. And I'm gonna have to get a new one of those because it's getting kind of dull. Like you see, this one is really bright pink, because this is the one I just got in today. It's really bright pink and shiny, and that's what gives the coasters their really pretty shine when they're done. And after you use them so many times, they start to get duller and duller. Like this one is getting close to its expiration date. And the shinier your mold is, the shinier your coasters will be. Okay, and this one I just put the extra clear in because I like to, if my molds aren't as level as they should be, I have to go back with clear and fill in some gaps or put some popsicle sticks underneath the molds to make sure they're not lumpy and bumpy and different thicknesses. I try to get it pretty level. But my table is not in the same spot that it's usually in. My husband moved it so that he could get the kids' Power Wheels out. So hopefully I've got it decently level anyway. And I keep those cups to put all these in as I'm going. Okay, so now it's time to pour. I'll just give this a little bit of a stir before I start pouring. And this will be my top color, and I like to squeeze the cup a little bit because it gives a finer stream. Oh, got a drip that's wanting to drag the paint. That's okay. Well, shoot. Maybe not. I have to turn the cup another way and get resin all over my hands. Set that to the side. Give this one a little bit of a stir. I try to make them so that they're uniform, but this one must be a little bit off from being level, so it's coming towards the center more than the other ones are. But it's okay, they still look cool. But the resin is definitely starting to heat up. Kind of looks more gray than it does lavender. Okay, now so there isn't the color mixed in when I do the center, I'll put a little bit of clear in there to kind of push it back. There will still be some, but the glitter is pretty heavy and chunky, so it should sink down and move the color for the most part. When I get done pouring, I'll mix it in a little better. get this resin off my fingers. Okay, so I will use one of these little sticks. It's just a craft stick. Kind of mix the center here so that it's all glitter. And I don't know if you can pick it up on the camera, but these bubbles here, they come up to the surface the longer you let it sit. And when I get completely done and I'm happy with how it looks, I'll use a lighter to pop the bubbles. I'm just gonna do some lines in here. I like to go up the side because bubbles like to stick on the sides. Whew, it is so hot in here today, which will make the resin cure even faster than normal. I am sweating my butt off. Okay, I think I'm going to add some clear just around right there. So it'll add a really cool 3D see-through effect when it's done. Might add a little more of this first, well, let's do the second purple. You can't see it super great. And I'll go back and do some more lines. Maverick! Scared the heck out of me. I was trying to pour. Could have spilled it everywhere. I'm taking a video. So shh. Oh my goodness. I spilled that whole thing on here. Okay, and now I am going to just do some more lines. Just give it a little more blend in the colors. Make sure that there's enough resin in it so there isn't like a dip that will be at a different level when they're all the way done. They look pretty good. They're kind of domed just a little bit around most of the edges, and any of them that are a little too high or anything I can just sand off when it's all the way done. Okay, I think I am going to leave it alone. I'm gonna pour this in the Iowa one. Okay, and I think that is about it for these. I'm going to put because I have a buttload of extra. I always make way too much, but I'm gonna put that in these circle molds. I'm gonna move these out of the way so I have somewhere to put it. I'll put it right here. And I just usually just pour in the center a little bit of each color. Whew, and they're getting really hot, so these circle ones might not turn out. They'll probably expand and look super crazy. That happens quite a bit when it's this hot outside. They just, yeah, this is like hot enough to almost burn my hands. So it's definitely probably gonna not turn out. But we'll see, you never know, I guess. Whew, yeah, that's very hot. And I always have that trouble with these round ones, but these ones I haven't had get too hot yet and expand and go crazy. But I should probably knock on some wood. I don't want it to be a first now while I'm making these for somebody. I always like to put the clear in second to last so that the glitter has like a clear area to sit in. Kind of just makes it look cooler. Now you're supposed to let these cure for 24 hours before you unmold them, but that's just really long to have to wait to see the other side, the beautiful other side. So I usually will give it a few hours till it is hard enough to pop out, but still wet enough that I can lay them on a flat piece of glass and they will still continue to cure and be beautiful. So, okay, I'm gonna take my other stick and just put some little swirls in here. So that will spread the glitter around on the top side, which is the bottom in the molds. And I don't ever fill these all the way to the top because they're so thick. I don't know how these could be considered coasters when they're a ½ inch thick. I've never seen people use coasters that thick. So I just try to fill them about halfway, and that seems to be a good size for me anyway. Okay, I think it's time for the lighter on these ones before they get too chunky. And you can't like leave it in one spot for very long because you will either burn your mold or boil your resin, and you don't want that. So you just try to go over where you see the most bubbles. And the glitter in the center always gets a ton of bubbles in it, but they always go away, so. This one's really sensitive about the heat because it's just like pure glitter. It will burn a lot easier than the other ones. And I definitely don't want to get too crazy with these because they were already really hot. So I don't want to just make them even hotter. Okay, I might, it's kind of chunky piece right there I don't really like. I might try to bring some of that glitter up a little bit. Because it will, as it's curing, slowly shrink down a little bit. So I just want to drag it up just a little bit so there's some pretty glitter up there. I'm doing it again just a little bit to make sure I didn't stir up any bubbles. There's some right there. Yep, got those right there. Just run over it again just to be sure. Okay, I think I'm gonna quit fiddling with it before I screw it up. But there you go. That's basically all I do. So yeah, I will definitely post another video when I demold them and show you what the awesome other side looks like. But here, I'm gonna take this off the tripod and kind of keep you a close up there. You can see how pretty it is. I've got my camera front facing, so hopefully this isn't too terrible. Alrighty, well, thanks for watching, guys.